All right, so today I'm here to replace 11 of those segments over there. That they're 33 kilowatts each, and 11 of them need to be replaced. Forklift guy's bringing them up to me right now, and soon I'll have a bunch of these taken down, and I've got 17 total to do today. 11 here and 11 and 6 on the other site. So hopefully we can get all that done today. It's going to be an awesome day. Looking forward to it, and should be fun. Definitely the most I've tried to do in a day, but I think I can handle it. So we'll see, and we'll check in a little while, see what happens. Okay, I figured out which ones need to get replaced by looking at the serial numbers, which is sometimes hard to do inside this little spot here where you have to see the serial number. But anyway, all three of these, this one, the middle one is the hardest because you can't reach the bolts without extreme work. These two, and this one. So only one middle where I don't have to undo the sides, because I'll unbuild it all together. You do the sides first, then the middle's easy, but getting the middle out by itself is very difficult. So anyway, I'm going to turn off the power. First, turn off the inverters. I'm going to do one at a time to keep the other ones going as best as possible. So you turn off the inverter here, and that takes the DC voltage down starting at around 1,000 volts. Takes it down slowly. You wait a few minutes, or a minute or so. Then I turn the rotary switch, which I can probably do about now. Then I walk over here to the sub panel, open this thing, and that was inverter 1. So where's inverter 1? Here, it's up here. Turn off this breaker. Boom. Okay, so I'm going to turn them off and on one at a time. It's just have to remember which ones are which. So now number 1 is safe. I can start taking these down. So it's pretty easy. I mean, as far as inverters goes, it's as easy as it gets. Undo these, take all this out. They're labeled left, right, and center, left, center, right, and just put them all back the same way. Then after I'm done, you log in and with your phone and reassociate all the optimizers with the inverter, make sure it all works, see it running again, move on to the next one. Sweet. Okay, and then you wonder, well, how do you get them up to the roof? They're 100 pounds each. Carry them up a ladder? No, I do that sometimes, but at this job is a dream come true, because they have a forklift, like dozens of forklifts, that bring them up to me, and he's not there yet. But as soon as he gets over here, I can pull him up onto this roof, get them up onto that roof, and then I brought my hand truck so I can just truck them all the way around to the inverters over there. So, is he in the wrong place? Oh no, there he is. He's coming right there with my inverters. And the top of the pallet is about 2 feet below where I can reach. So we'll see what happens. Sometimes they stack a couple of pallets on there, but I see what happens. Thing can get higher than one might expect. Oh, actually, I think this is the high forklift or something. This is better. All right, I better help him. Okay, let's get these 2 more. Alright, so I got those wires undone. Now I gotta pull these screws that are up here out and just pop these down, put them back in the boxes of the new ones. Got this big refrigerator blasting off all day long, which is kind of annoying. But I get to do this job, so it's worth it. Now I just gotta take these little Allen screws out. What kind of crazy person does this? Gotta get a different tool. I got 2 down out of the first one, and I've developed a really cool system where in between each inverter that I take down, I take a bite of this really good apple. Alright, so now I got the first 3 down. I got 1 box there. I stand on the box because they're a little too high to pull them off otherwise. So open that box up and put them up one at a time, standing on a different box. Plug them all back in, turn that one back on. Then I'll get that one loading up its software while I move over to the next one. Okay, I got them all up here. Now you go through and take off these little caps that you gotta make ready for the ports. All these little things, chuck them in the box. That's the one on the right, the big one's for the power. This is the communication, and then these 2 are for the DC from the solar. Pull all this off. That's fun, very satisfying. Get all that off, chuck it in the box, send it back. When you take this guy, you look for these little arrows, and you try to shove it in there, get it in. Take the communications port, get that guy in there, arrow towards you, get that nice and tight. No tool required. Then you got your positive. These can only go one way. Boom, number 1. Here's the negative. Boom, going in there. All right, do that a few more times, we'll be golden. Okay, come back here, turn on this big old breaker. Boom, go back here, turn these switches on, turn the DC rotary switch, turn this little guy. Gotta wait about 2 to 3 minutes. It'll be ready to start sending out its Wi-Fi signal. I'll connect in with my phone and what's called repair the optimizers. Woohoo. Okay, spared you the trouble of watching me undo those. Both of these screws are really tough. Like, get that screw out right up there behind that pipe. Pull the pipe off, pull the unit strut off. It's a whole big pain, but anyhow, it's part of the fun of the whole thing. So anyhow, now I got this box open. Pull these guys out, get rid of this stuff, pull this guy out. I'm gonna put that one right there. Do that 3 more times and this one will be done. Made in the USA, baby. All right, got the second set of 3 done. Go over here, turn on the breaker. Number 2. Boom. Okay. Go back here. Turn on the switch. Turn on the rotary switch, start waiting. This one here is loading up its optimizers, about 3/4 done. I'll set this one in motion and then I'll go move on to the next set. Another awesome thing about today is that it's partly cloudy or very cloudy at times, so it's really not hot at all, whereas sometimes this big white wall facing south, it just cooks. Right now it feels great because the sun is behind these clouds. I've done 3, 6, 7, and I'm working on the 8th right now. All done. 11 inverters replaced. Anyone with a sticker on it, made in USA, just got replaced. A couple of them are still uploading their software and having a couple glitches, but all good. I'm moving over to the next building to do 6 more. It's been a good day. All right, this is my little shipping and receiving department here. Got all the inverters that I installed, plus 1 extra that I installed another time. Waiting for the guy with the forklift who's going to come lift it up here and I can get them all back on there. Then behind that gate over there, you can just see the tops of all those other inverters. I got 6 to do over there. Haven't looked at which ones yet, but should be fun. So it's 1:30 or so. Got here at 7:30, so ended up being a good day. And there's all those over there. Okay, on to part 2 here. Here's the big disconnect and the sub panel in there. So I got 6 more inverters here and 6 more segments to change. Unfortunately, one of them's this one right here in the middle, which I gotta get that screw out of there, which I don't see there's gonna be any way. I'm gonna have to take this one off to get to that one. And of course the serial numbers don't quite match the positions, but I'll be able to find it pretty easily just by serial number. And hopefully I'll get all of them done here today. All right, see what happens. All right, hate to say it, but party's over here. All done changing these out. There's a few little software glitches that they are gonna have to figure out back at the mothership, but got all these in, 6 more, and definitely a new record as far as install for me. So most I've ever done in a day I think was maybe 4, so this was 17, and I probably could have got a few more. So I spent at least an hour or 2 messing around with software. So anyhow, very fun day, and it's just awesome people pay me to do this. So could be sitting in an office somewhere and then going to the gym. Instead, I'm doing this and don't have to go to the gym. Just lifted 100 pounds over my head 17 times and carried it across the roof and all sorts of stuff. So I don't know, here's the leftovers. I'm gonna go have the guy with the forklift drag these out and be on the road.